In the Pacific Northwest, we are fond of our rivers and fish. One in particular is the cause of much debate over whether or not to supplement rivers with hatchery stocks. This fish is Oncorhynchus micus, or steelhead. Steelhead are anadromous versions of a rainbow trout, meaning it is born in the river and travels to the ocean to eat and grow, then returns back to the river to spawn. Steelhead in particular are special because unlike salmon, who spawn and then die, steelhead can return to the river to spawn more than once. Most of the controversy surrounding steelhead stems from studies claiming the behavior of wild steelhead is different from hatchery steelhead, and that hatchery steelhead can interrupt the behavior of the wild steelhead in a negative way. The study by T.C. Nelson emphasizes this point by showing evidence that hatchery fish are caught more often than wild fish in a fishery. Supporters of hatcheries provide a few solid arguments on why hatcheries should continue operation. First, hatcheries provide opportunity for sport fisheries. Without hatcheries, a lot of sport fisheries in our favorite rivers would not exist. Hatcheries supply extra fish so that fishermen may harvest some. Another argument for hatcheries is that they help reduce some fish loss due to habitat degradation. Habitat loss is one of the most serious problems facing fish-bearing streams in the Pacific Northwest. Those who argue against hatcheries cite a lot of scientific evidence in regard to steelhead behavior. One argument is that hatchery fish have inferior genetic composition than that of a wild fish, due to their time in captivity. The hatchery fish with the inferior genes then breed with wild fish, and this reduces the survival rate of the next generation. Another argument against hatcheries is a lot like the ones used in the Quabbin, and that is that nature can take care of itself, and without human interference, steelhead populations will rebound naturally. The most prominent opponents of hatcheries are usually nonprofit organizations like the Native Fish Conservancy, a couple fly fishing organizations, and a few others. One in particular is the Wild Fish Conservancy, who recently filed and won a lawsuit against the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife that prevented the release of hatchery steelhead into the rivers of the Puget Sound. Organizations that are for hatcheries are usually fishing guide associations and state agencies and other people who make money off of the fisheries. Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife operates and maintains many hatcheries throughout the state. In conclusion, this issue is a lot like the other issues that we looked at in class. The whole argument basically boils down to whether or not we as humans should interfere and manage parts of nature. Is it our responsibility to fix nature? A lot of the need for hatcheries stems from habitat degradation due to human practices like logging, building roads, and building dams. So, we as humans sometimes feel like it's our responsibility to repair the damages that we've caused. The land ethic requires humans to do what is best for the biotic community as a whole, but how can we really know what that is? The future of steelhead is uncertain. Until humans are able to solve ethical dilemmas, or more scientific evidence is discovered, things will probably remain as they are.